Today, we shall reflect on the life of St Benedict of Nursia. Born of noble parents in the small town of Nursia in Umbria, Italy, St Benedict spent his youth in Rome, but the dissolute lives of his fellow students and the sadly discovered state of the country, then under the Arian Theodoric the Goth, prompted him at the age of 16 to give up everything and to seek salvation as a lone hermit in a hidden cave high above Subiaco. After a few years, during which he matured rapidly in mind and character, reports of his sanctity, his miracles, and his gifts of directing souls attracted more and more earnest disciples, and these he organized into 12 monasteries, each comprising 12 monks with its own superior. Benedict also instituted schools for the Christian education of the young, but this very success led to the instruction of numberless curious visitors from Rome, to the envious hostility of other monks in the neighborhood. He therefore accepted a providential donation of some land further south from the father of his pupil Placidus, and after 28 years at Subiaco, he moved to Monte Cassino in the year 529. There he established the great abbey which became the mother house of the Benedictine order for the reclamation and regeneration of Christian Europe. It is this latter accomplishment of his that was to earn him the title Father of Europe from Pope Pius XII and Patron Saint of all Europe on the 24th of October 1964 from Pope Paul VI. In contrast to the seclusion of Subiaco, the new foundation was set like a great beacon on a mountain top halfway between Rome and Naples. Benedict's holy rule of 526 aimed at the moral and spiritual training of the monks according to the evangelical counsels. Because of its reasonableness, moderation, and adaptability to every clime and age, it gradually became the norm for all Western monasteries. In contrast to the rule of the more individualistic Egyptian Cenobites, it emphasized the importance of community life and complete cheerful obedience. By performing work which had always been regarded as that of serfs, and by reclaiming war-devastated and abandoned land, his monks now vested manual labor with a new dignity. To work was added prayer, the Opus Dei, the humble acknowledgement of God's presence throughout the day by brief public acts of faith, praise and adoration. Private prayer was said with tears and fervent heart. The vows comprised poverty, chastity, obedience, and the stable attachment to one monastery for life. In contrast to the later Franciscan idea of poverty, the Benedictine monastery was to be not only self-supporting, but in a position to succor the poor, the sick, the afflicted, and give shelter to the stranger. By their teaching, studying, and copying of manuscripts, the Benedictines preserved the Greek and Roman classics through the Dark Ages. Bishops, abbots, nobles, and simple folk came to consult the holy founder and were inspired by his quiet, dignified, balanced view and way of life. Superiors, he thought, should always endeavor to cultivate love rather than fear in their subjects. The poor found in him a sympathetic protector. Even King Totila of the Goths was so greatly impressed with what he saw on his visit to Monte Cassino that he is known to have tempered his cruelties thereafter. St. Benedict is traditionally believed to have died on the 21st of March 547 in his abbey church, his hands raised heavenward in prayer after having received Holy Communion before the high altar, and buried next to his sister Saint Scholastica in the oratory of St. John the Baptist at Cassino. Though not a priest himself, his order has given to the church no less than 24 popes, 4,600 bishops, and over 5,000 saints. Besides its liturgical and missionary labors, it has rendered invaluable service to the humanity in art, science, and agriculture. This patriarch of Western monks is invoked in cases of the stone and of poisoning.